everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to Real Estate 101 with Brooke. I am Brooke Boone. I am a top selling real estate agent. I service Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas. And I am so happy that you guys have decided to join me. I wanted to make a quick announcement before we got started today. I am hosting Brunch with Brooke. It is a woman empowerment networking experience. It is going to be the event of the fall. I am so happy. We have Sharina Rowand as our keynote speaker. We have DJ Alpha Whiskey as our DJ. She is going to provide us with music throughout the event. Our host is Latoya Tennille. She is a local comedian and she is very, very funny. We are going to have pop-up shops and vendors. This event takes place on September the 24th at the FedEx Event Center. It is located right next door to Coastal Fish Company, and tickets can be purchased on Eventbrite. I am ecstatic about this event. And so I want you guys to go on to YouTube, follow Real Estate 101 with Brooke, like, share, subscribe, all of those great things. So thank you for tuning in again, and I wanted to let you guys know that this is the episode for anyone who is wanting to purchase a home. So today we are going to talk about home buying. We are going to talk about home selling and all the things that go along with that. So I am really excited. So we are going to jump into it, and it's going to be a really great informational episode. Again, I'm Brooke Boone. So, home buying, what are the first steps? The first step of home buying is to make sure you contact a trusted real estate agent. People ask, well, how do I find a trusted real estate agent? There's social media, there's realtor.com, there are all types of ways that you can find someone that you trust, not only that you trust, but I feel like that you feel like you can make a connection with. There is an abundance of business out here. And so I would love to be your realtor. However, I realize that not every client is going to be for me. There are thousands of really good real estate agents. The ones that I work with, we build a relationship, we build a rapport. We know each other's schedules. We learn how each other works. And so I would suggest that you guys find somebody that you feel comfortable working with and that you can trust, and that you know they are not about clout, but they are about working with you to assure that you reach your home buying goal, because that really is the most important thing. The first step, you contact your agent, you guys build rapport, you like this person, you feel like you're going to be able to work with this person. So now you want to have some type of consultation with them. During the consultation, there's a lot of things to be discussed, but one of the things that I like to talk to my buyers about is the type of home that they would like to purchase, because that is going to determine what lender I send them to. If they need any type of down payment assistance, if they need, right now we have City of Memphis. It's a very good program going on. It's a grant. And so if they qualify for that and they are going to live in some of the areas that they can purchase using that grant, then these are things that I need to know up front. If my buyer wants a new construction home, I want to make sure that I get them with a lender who is on some type of list, preferred lender list for the new construction area that they're interested in, the subdivision that they're interested in, rather. So all of these things are very important, and these are things that you should be, speaking about with your agent when you talk to them. So, and this can also what am I trying to say? This can also make it where you don't waste time um, applying with different lenders, excuse me. And so you want to make sure that you have this consultation. Basically, that's what I'm saying. So moving on from your consultation, then it's time to get pre-approved. This is when your lender is going to send you an application. You're going to fill it out. You're going to have all types of documents that you need to turn in. Your W-2, your tax return, your ID, bank statements, check stubs. They are going to ask, every lender that you work with is going to ask for these same documents, because this is what is going to determine the amount along with your credit score. People ask me all the time. They'll say, well, I'm ready to buy, but I don't want my credit pulled. There is no way that you're going to be able to buy a house without getting your credit pulled. So you have to go ahead and get your credit pulled. They'll say, well, you know something? It's going to be a hard inquiry. Yes, it is. Your credit may drop a few points, but it is not going to affect your credit because you apply for a mortgage loan. You have to apply. There is no way around it. There is nothing else you can do but apply. So after you do that, the next step, while you're working with your lender, a lot of times people get really anxious and they are like, I'm ready to see a house. Well, we don't want to go out and start looking at houses before we know how much you're pre-approved for. Once we get the pre-approval back from the lender, then that is the moment that we will start shopping. Shopping is fun. We go around, we look at houses. What I like to do with my clients is they get set up on, to get emails of houses in their price range. I don't hand select these houses. These houses are being emailed from the system. And so, I've had people to say, well, you sent me that house and I didn't love it. Or you knew that I wouldn't like it. And I'll say, well, I'm sorry, but I did not hand pick that house. It just came from the system. And so once we're shopping, I recommend not going to look at houses that you don't absolutely love. You should go and look at houses that when you see them come up, you're like, I could see that. I'm interested in that. I like that. That looks like something that will work for me. What my wish list is, it has most of the things my wish list is. If you know that you have to have 3 bedrooms, then let's not waste time going to look at 2 bedrooms. Let's go see 3-bedroom homes. If you know that you have to have a laundry room and you don't want a laundry closet and that is a deal breaker for you, then let's not go look at houses that have a laundry closet, because what happens is you get there and then people say, I love this house, but it doesn't have a laundry room. And so we're like, we knew that when we came here, we saw that. So let's get together with me or with your agent, go over your wish list. I mean, we all have wish lists and we have to prioritize and say, well, okay, I know that I have to have 4 bedrooms, but I'll take a 4-2. I know that I would love to have a half bathroom, but maybe if I find something and it has most of the things that I love, I find this house and I'm like, I can imagine myself being here. I really like it. It fits my needs and most of my wants. So that's a house that we can express some interest in. We can spend some time going to see that house and we can decide, together if it's a house that you love or if we want to keep looking. So, but I do recommend, one of the things that I talk to my clients about is not going to see so many houses that they kind of all start running together, because after about 10 houses, it's like, it gets to be hard to remember, okay, well, remember when we went out in that house on such and such street and it had this and this, and it's like, okay, well, what was different about that house? So I know that some people love going to see houses, but when you're house shopping, you really want to stay focused on houses that meet your needs and have most of your wish list. So that's our home shopping process. And remember, we have to be patient because sometimes, unfortunately, it can take 6 months to buy a house, to find the house that works for you. A lot of things go into, I mean, there's a lot of different circumstances that go into if you get the house that you want or the house that you make an offer on the first time. Somebody else may get that house. And so we have to keep looking, but we have to remain patient. When houses come up, we can't take a long time going to see them. If a house comes on the market and we know, okay, this house meets my needs. I like this house. It has most of my wants, and I know that I can envision myself and my family being here. Then we have to schedule that. We can't wait days, because sometimes if we wait days, it's going to be gone. So we have to be very proactive when something does come on the market that we absolutely love. Okay, so we've been shopping for some months, and we have put in a couple of offers. We faced a little bit of disappointment at times. It hadn't worked out for us. Somebody's offer beat us, and this happens. All of this happens during home buying. And you're listening to your agent and they're saying, be patient, your house will come up. And on a Sunday, we go out and we house shop and we find the perfect house, and the agent gets there and you love it, and then we make an offer, and then our offer finally gets accepted. And so now, whoop, whoop, we are under contract. We're under contract. You love this home. You are like, oh, I can breathe. I'm finally under contract. I finally am going to be buying the house that I want. I'm happy. So at this point, we're under contract, and we have some things we have to do. This is when it's time for us to do our due diligence in the home buying process. And we have, we get our contract in, all parties have signed, and now it is time for us to order our inspections. We order our home inspection and we order our termite inspection. So what your agent will probably do is send you a list of home inspectors, and they'll say, these are the home inspectors that I use, and you can select the home inspector that makes you feel most comfortable. We order those, the home inspector goes out. Simultaneously, while this is happening, you have to turn in your earnest money. Earnest money is similar to a deposit. You can get it back. Sometimes you can't get it back. But when you are turning in your earnest money, you have to make sure that you turn it in timely, or you're no longer under contract. If your contract says that your earnest money has to be turned in 3 days, then it has to be turned in 3 days. The amount of the earnest money is typically 1%. Sometimes your agent can negotiate a little bit less than that, but that is what the other side wants to see. They want to see that you are serious about purchasing their home. They want to know that this contract is going to stick, and so they are typically going to require 1%. So after you turn that earnest money in, home inspections are ordered. Sometimes termite inspections are ordered, depending on what type of property you're buying and if you're wanting to get a termite inspection. Most lenders don't require termite inspections. Most lenders don't require home inspections, but that is going to be something that you discuss with your agent, because I recommend always getting a home inspection. Always, always, always get a home inspection, because you need to at least see the things that are visible to the naked eye. A home inspection will not tell you about anything behind a wall or under a floor unless there's some kind of issue that the home inspector can visibly see while he's doing his inspection. So please get a home inspection. Do not pass up getting a home inspection. While you're going through all of these steps, your lender is still going to be asking you for documents. They're going to be getting updates on your bank statements, on your check stubs, and any miscellaneous items that they may need. And the faster you respond to that, the faster the process of your loan will take place. While your loan is processing, documents will be turned into underwriting. They will be checked to make sure they're accurate and what you put on your application matches what's on your documents. So you need to make sure that you're turning those in. Also, while your file is in underwriting, please, 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 I cannot stress this enough. Please do not go out and make purchases that changes your credit score or your credit profile, because this is when it can get tricky and it can mess up your debt to income ratio, and this can disqualify you for buying. I have experienced this, and I know several other lenders. I mean, this is something that happens when people don't listen to their agent. You cannot buy something like a car while you are buying a house, unless if you're rich and you got it like that, that's one thing. But if you don't, like most of us, you have got to put all of that on pause until after your home closes. One time I had a client, and I used to say, don't do anything with your credit. And I thought that would be sufficient, but it's not. So I had to change it up so that people could really understand that when I say don't do anything with your credit, that's what I mean. Don't do anything with your credit. So one time I had a client, and, we went through this during the buyer seminar. Don't do anything with your credit. Okay, Brooke, I'm not going to do anything with my credit. So this person was excited. And I mean, I was excited for them because they were buying a beautiful home. They were buying a beautiful home. And so I told them, we went through everything. So what ended up happening, guys, he was real excited, and he had a Home Depot card. And I think the Home Depot card, he may have had like a $500 limit or something like that. Didn't have anything on the card. Well, he goes into Home Depot, and I guess from the time he got his Home Depot card up until this point, his income was substantially different. So what ended up happening, he goes in there and gets, and now he has like $10,000 on his Home Depot card. So the lender called me, and they were like, what is going on? Well, in this situation, he was still able to buy, but it could have affected him negatively if all of the other things in his credit profile weren't able to help him buy. So please don't do that. Please don't do that. So when I say don't buy anything, or when your agent says don't do anything with your credit, that's what they mean. Don't increase limits. Don't buy cars. Don't get yourself added to anybody's credit card. Don't do anything with your credit. And so, okay. So everybody should understand when I say don't do anything, don't do anything. So the next step in the home buying process is the appraisal. This is when the lender orders an appraiser to go out and value the property. When he does this, most of the time the appraisal comes back at value. But when it doesn't come back at value, all parties have to renegotiate, and the seller gets to decide rather if he's going to sell the property for this price, or if he is going to, not sell it. Most of the time he does, because what's going to happen, that appraisal will stick with that piece of property. And so it will be attached to the property, in other words. During this time, the file continues to go through underwriting. Like I said before, the lender could still be asking you to turn in documents. And so if the lender is reaching out asking for documents, continue getting those documents in timely so that it doesn't slow anything up. The appraiser has about 10 days to get their appraisal report back. When they get this back, it goes to the underwriter, and the loan continues to process. After that, we should be getting our, let me back up. Most of the time, we know before the appraisal is ordered whether or not we want to purchase this home because of our inspection. The home inspector will normally let us know, hey, this is a great house. It has minor imperfections, nothing that, can't be repaired. And that's when your agent will type up a repair proposal asking the seller for items that that you guys determine that you want to be repaired. And they sign off on it or they agree. You guys go back and forth, and then you come up with a list of items that both parties agree will be acceptable for the process to continue. After the repairs have been negotiated and decided on, the appraisal has been ordered, and it comes back, the house is at value, then now it's pretty much a waiting game. We're waiting until we get our clear to close. When we get our clear to close, that means that we have a conditional, everything is approved, all of the documents that you submitted, the appraisal, you are completely done with your loan process, and we are headed to closing. So I hope that the information provided about the home buying process was helpful. We are going to do a part 2 and talk about the home selling process. So I wanted to go over a few things before I wrapped up. Ladies, I hope that you purchase your tickets for Brunch with Brooke. It is definitely going to be an event that you don't want to miss. I think it's going to be very informative and also very memorable. And I am very, very, very excited to be doing this brunch. Also, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share Real Estate 101 with Brooke. I am really loving all of the feedback that I'm getting, and I'm so appreciative for my supporters, the people that watch me, the people that have asked me to come on the show, and the people who just overall support me. Thank you so much, and have a great day.